Okay, good evening everybody and welcome to live coverage of the Thrustmaster SimRacing ACE Championship. For the 6th round we are here at Austria, a circuit that hasn't been used in FSR since 2005, and the last driver to get both pole position and the race win was Christian Newman. It'll be interesting to see who will be the next driver to get both pole position and the race win after a 10-year absence of Austria in FSR. I have to say it's definitely nice to see the Austria back on the calendar for this 2015 season. The Austria has a fantastic array of fast flowing corners that depend on both high downforce and a good top speed for the race. Austria consists of a clockwise configuration with only 9 turns, 3 long straights and tyre demanding corners such as turns 8 and 9. Also, each lap has a length of 4.3 kilometers and we will have one race tonight, which is 57 laps. The fast flowing corners and the anti-corner on the exit of turn 1 will be a difficult test for all the drivers getting tonight. So without further ado, let's introduce the commentary team for this evening. I'm James Sadler and commentator alongside today is Jereon Kweekel. So how are you today, Jereon?
Hello viewers, hello ladies and gentlemen, and indeed a very warm welcome to this track. I'm feeling great and I hope that you are feeling great as well, James, and ready for this race tonight.
Of course I am, and FSR always does deliver exciting racing, but unfortunately Canada, I guess it wasn't to offer overtaken, but nevertheless we're currently in this Q1 session, which is 10 minutes long, and currently Guillermo Prieto is fastest with a 1:05.3, so the lap times are not that long here. For a 4.3 kilometer circuit, it is really fast flowing, as I said in the introduction, and it definitely does reflect that in the lap times here at Austria. But the likes of Klopp are doing double laps, so they're using fuel that can run for 2 laps. So just trying to rubber in the circuit to try and achieve the best lap that they can, and try to keep consistent and to get the best lap in order to get into the top 10 for Q2, which will have parc fermé rules, and the drivers will start on the tyres that they qualified on, and it'll be interesting to see who can get pole position. Daniel Kiss has been really fast, but Ren's managed a victory back at Canada, so can he do that here at Austria? But Daniel Kiss is currently in second place at 62 thousandths of a second behind Guillermo Prieto. So Prieto showing a fantastic turn of pace in that faster than speed car.
Yes, but for now it's all down a little bit more once we get through the session. Obviously still 5 more minutes to go as Martin Hodes puts himself up to 12th place. I expect him to go into the top 10, and we see a name here, James Sadler, who's currently at that cutoff point, which is Ville Lapala, and we haven't seen him for quite a long while, have we, James?
No, but Ville is a really good driver, and I'm sure he will get himself up into that top 10. But look at that, Rens Klopp is on the cut, but it just shows how close the drivers are. 3/10 that separates the top 10 from Prieto all the way down to Klopp. So Klopp needs to improve his time. I think we can basically say that from maybe 4th with Thomas Sadler, that them drivers are safe. And then I think that from 5th to, I'm going to say to 14th with Ruud Easterbeek to Mike Partington need to improve their lap time if they want to ensure that they do get into Q1. I mean, yeah. Apologies, into Q2.
Yeah, Rens Klopp goes into 5th place, so he's from that cutoff point, which brings the cutoff point to a 1:05.6 right now. You have mentioned it indeed already, extremely close gaps as Gobby comes across the line. He will start his lap right now, so we'll have a look at Gobby, see whether he can improve himself. And we see 2 DRS zones here around this track, but I think it will be quite hard to overtake around this track, actually. Bearing in mind that that your opponent doesn't make a mistake. If he does make a mistake, it opens up a few more opportunities for you to overtake, because there are long straights following up multiple corners. But the average speed around this track is indeed very high. It's a very quick, swaying, flowing track, has to be said, with only 9 corners, and that is not a lot at all. Fabrizio Gobbi, however, a green sector time for Sector 1. He's coming through the second sector right now. He is a little bit off Guillermo Prieto. He's currently also on the lap. 28.4 middle sector. He's a little bit off here, so Gobby has to push in the final sector as well in order to get off that cutoff point. I think he is struggling to make it. Look, coming through the final corner, looked very good. DRS wide open for a short run to the line. Yeah, Fabrizio Gobby goes into 6th. Good final sector from Gobby.
Yeah, indeed, a good lap from Gobby. Daniel Kiss was 2 tenths quicker than Prieto in the first sector, then went to 1.5 tenths in this middle sector, and then just lost it all in the final. So it just shows what a fantastic last sector Prieto did. So fantastic effort from him. Currently 2 minutes and 15 seconds in this Q1, and let's go on board with Thomas Sadler as he just goes round turn 5. We're interested to see how far he is off Prieto, and he's only 12 thousandths off, so off Guillermo Prieto. So what can he do in this final sector? Coming round to turn 8, needs to clip that apex and took so much speed into turn 8, now into turn 9. It's on the grass.
Benz's lap, that's smart. That's a smart play
Yeah.
from Savely. It's maybe he was right on the limit, but if he wasn't, then it's only a risk keeping on going. You will get a penalty, so I think that's smart. He is safe anyway. Who isn't safe though is Mitchy Hoyer. He comes across the line, does a 1:05.7, and Hoyer is not safe. He goes into the pit lane. He gets to do another lap, I think.
Yeah, he needs to hurry up ASAP, does Mitchy Hoyer for Abercrombie Racing, if he wants to get into that top 10. And with Thomas Sadler, I just had a massive amount of lag going through turn 9. I didn't realise what had actually happened to Thomas, but thank you for that, Jereon. And Hoyer had a lock-up. I don't think Hoyer might just be able to do this, but he locked up on the pit entry. He needs to absolutely fly, so that means he's going to take quite a lot of percentage out of his tyres. So desperate is Hoyer to get into that top 10 for Q2, but remember, he will have fresh tyres if he finishes outside of the top 10 in this Q1 session. Now Mark Godex on the cut-off point. So many drivers and so close are they all, and as I said, only 3 tenths separates 1st to 10th. So let's see what Mitchy Hoyer can do. Let's go on board with a lap. Can Mitchy Hoyer get into that top 10? Can he find some pace? And I do believe he will have enough time, but this is going to be incredibly close. He needs to absolutely fly round these last couple of corners. Does Mitchy Hoyer, can he get across the line? I think he can. He's got the DRS open. The pits are on his right hand side, and indeed he just goes and crosses the line. So Mitchy Hoyer will start a lap into 3rd gear, clips the apex nicely, has a little bit of oversteer on the exit of turn 1, but that's okay. So now heading towards turn 2, another uphill braking section is turn 2, and he'll brake just after the 100-meter board into 2nd gear, clips the apex nicely, gets another little bit of oversteer, but he's 1/10 quicker than Guillermo Prieto in the first sector, so DRS is open. Now heading towards turn 3, a downhill braking section, so braking sections here, and now going around this long sweeping right-hander of turn 4, braking down into turn 5 in 4th gear, hugs the apex nicely. He's looking like a good lap from Hoyer at the moment. He's 42 thousandths of a second quicker than Guillermo Prieto at the moment. Can he get into the top 10? He needs to nail these final couple of corners, which is turn 8 and then turn 9, really pushing it. That left tyre smoking like crazy as he now drives to the line. DRS open. Can Hoyer get into it? Yes, he does. He's into the top 10. Great lap from Hoyer. Is anyone else going fastest, or is that it? That is it, I believe.
Yeah, it is it. Wow, Hoyer making it really exciting towards the end of his lap. He had a super lap up to the 2nd sector. Was up on Prieto, I think, but he lost quite a bit in the final sector, has to be said. But oh, good call by Hoyer. I mean, just about made it to the finish line, and then makes it into top 10. And if he improves in the final sector, seriously, he's a contender for the top. But that is it with this track. A slight mistake, and it drops you, in this case, 9 places. And that is rather insane. Prieto is really quick in the final sector with a 0.4. Hoyer on that lap did a 0.8, so he lost 4 tenths over there. Oh, that is a lot of time, especially in 2 corners while free, because technically the final sector is only 3 corners.
Yeah, true. And I think he lost it the majority of that time in turn 8, where he missed the apex completely and smoked his left tyre. And Eros.
I cannot hear James at the moment, doesn't matter. Bit of technical issues. Just getting confirmation that James has problems with his internet connection, I believe. Unless we'll keep on going, obviously. It's Q1, 5 minutes here. Eros Masciuli is the first one to go out. He's already out on his outlap, obviously. So the 2 DRS zones around this track, soft and medium tires. Eros here on the soft tire. As I said, he will be the first one to set a lap time. And David Greco, I spoke to him a little bit in the afternoon today. He said I should not say Masciuli, it is Masciuli. So let's keep it at that. I hope that David Greco is listening, because he will be proud. Anyway, let's hope we can also be proud of Eros Masciuli opening the DRS here down the main straight and heading down into turn 1, 313 kilometers an hour as he slows the car down, misses the apex slightly, but most importantly gets hard on the power on the exit. Coming through the gears now, gear 7 and 305 kilometers an hour, free in fact for Eros. Slowing the car down, using the first gear, again slightly off the apex, but the traction and the exit is most important. It didn't look, well, fantastic or anything like that. Looks decent so far. Once again, slowing the car down in a few big braking zones around this track. But this is the part where it gets a little bit more flowing. The middle sector now, 2 times a left-hander. This is the first one, down to 4th gear, get the car to swing in, hard on the power on the exit, make use of all the track, which is exactly what Masciuli did. Once again, hugged the inside apex for this chicane, very quick, obviously hard on the power yet again. Currently Masciuli quicker than Gobby, who's also on the lap, down the gear again for Masciuli, turning in the final corner right here, carries so much speed into there, get hard on the power using all of the track yet again. Is wide open end for the run to the line, and Eros Masciuli does a 1:05.4, sets the first benchmark over here. In the meantime, Daniel Kiss has gone purple first sector. Have a look at Daniel Kiss, Sam, please, if we could go on board with him, would be absolutely fantastic. Gobby is also on the lap, but not quicker than Eros Masciuli at the moment. Partington on the lap, but definitely not as quick as Daniel Kiss at the moment, who looks rather, well, quick at the moment. Misses here his apex though. Going a bit wider, Daniel Kiss. We saw that 28.5 middle sector. That is a tenth slower than Masciuli. So all the time he gained in the first sector is lost in the second sector. All about the final sector now for Daniel Kiss. Gobby went second with a 0.6. Again, turning a bit into the apex. You saw that? Had to back out of the wheel a little bit. Give another step. Yours wide open though for Daniel Kiss. Not the best final sector. Can he get provisional pole though? No, he doesn't. Daniel Kiss goes second. And Mike Partington went 4th. Let me have a look. Next guy to cross the line, I think it's Prieto. Here comes Prieto. 1:05.7. Also doesn't get it. Sevely, however, is purple. Sevely gets 4th. Not a great second or final sector then from Sevely then, I think. Rans Klopp is on an outlap. Ragusa then. Ragusa also on the lap. Let's have a look then. Ragusa 16.3. 28.5, about a tenth slower than Eros Masciuli at the moment. Final sector for Ragusa, 1:05.5, second place for Ragusa. An incredible lap from him. We will be delighted with that, I'm sure. Let's have a look then. Rens Klopp, next guy to cross the line and set a lap time. First sector from Rens Klopp. He's looking for a 16.3. Kiss did a 0.2, and Rens Klopp does a 0.4. Oh. Was a bit untidy through the first corner, and also the second corner here. Not the best exit we have seen all day long. Bit of mid-corner oversteer for Rens Klopp as the rear was very light there. 40 seconds to go in the session, 3 more drivers to go. Gets the apex nicely there, hugs it nicely, hard on the power then. Goes for the short line here. And then here, let's have a look, listen. Gets slowly on the power, builds up that power. 28.5, I'll tell you what. He's about 1.5 tenths down on Eros Mashuli, and Mashuli also had a great final sector. Let's have a look. Daniel Kiss, penultimate corner here. Wow, absolutely flying through there, taking a lot of the apex. Final corner then, slightly missing the apex, but still rather quick. Carried a lot of momentum into the corner. Can Redsklopp do it? I don't think so. No, he doesn't. 105.6 for Redsklopp. And next one then, Godek. Godek 0.2 first sector, 0.3 middle sector. Godek is up. Godek is up by about 1.5 tenths. Godek might as well take it. All depends on his final sector. Flying through the penultimate corner. Hugs the apex incredibly nicely. This is going to be provisional pole position, I think, for Marek Godek. Will it be? No, it will not be. No, 400ths of a second. Frustration there, and Hoyer spun. Hoyer on his lap spun. What an action here towards the end of the session. Marek Godek lost 2 tenths in the final sector. He gained 2 tenths, but absolutely lost it over there. What happened to Hoyer? Just ran wide, picked up understeer, I think. But Eros Mashuli for Eventa SimRacing picks up another, or well, not another pole position, but the first pole position from him of this year, obviously. Congratulations, Eros. Great lap. 105.4, 400ths ahead of Marek Godek. So I think we have got James back, who had some technical issues earlier. Hoyer then spinning on his lap, just picked up understeer really in turn 6, that is. Very weird. But I think we have James back, have we?
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're back.
Okay, good. Right. All that technical stuff all sorted out, but I was just watching the broadcast back as I was having them technical problems, but never mind. And Eros Mashuli, a great lap to go and get pole position. So, you know, he's. Yep. So I believe now we will go to our Thrustmaster sponsor. So be back in 2. Hello and welcome back to this FSR ACE Championship for round 6, and we're here at Austria. So Eros Mashuli is on pole position for Hang on.
Eventa.
Yeah, Eventa. Apologies for that. So yeah, it is Eventa SimRacing. And we're currently in this 10-minute warm session where the drivers can get a feeling for the heavy fuel loads, and the best, well, the person who's doing the best in this warm session is Marek Godek with a 1.0. away from Marek Godek in this warm-up session, but let's not look at the times too much. But I think let's discuss strategy on and how this race is going to pan out. So, Jereon, are we expecting a two-stop in this race? Because obviously it's the first race of the weekend, but I think it depends on how everyone else's tyre wear is, because we were expecting one less stop than what actually happened in ACE Canada. So what are your thoughts, Jereon?
It's so much down to the drivers here around this track. It really is, because I think on this track you can push quite hard, but it could destroy your tires. And also, while you it's a really an interesting track, because you can also take it a little bit easier. Sometimes it doesn't even cost you time. At least that's what I have found. I can push, but I can also, relax a little bit more. But it gives just about the same time. But the disadvantage, obviously, you have when you push too much is you will overheat the tires a little bit. Now, what will be an indication here for us today, when if the tires are overheating, is smoke coming from the tires, especially on the corner entry of the penultimate corner and the final corner. If you see smoke every time there, usually means the tire is being heated up a little bit. After a few laps, it obviously starts to overheat if you aren't careful in other corners, and that causes a lot of tire wear as well. I think it seriously will be down to the driver a lot, but well, most of the field, I have my doubts, because two-stop can work, three stops can work as well. It's a relatively short pit lane, I think. I am going to say a two-stop, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jereon.
But I said it in Canada as well, so
yeah,
we could see it.
Yeah, I think Austria really separates types of drivers, because if you're over aggressive here, you will completely destroy your tyres, since they are F1 2012 spec tyres. But if you're not aggressive and you're calm and composed, then you'll be able to make the tyres go longer. Then you will go for a two-stop, I'd imagine, and if you're not so much more aggressive, then I imagine you'll go for a three-stop. But we'll see what pans out in this race, which will be 57 laps. And currently, Giuseppe Ragusa for BBR Life for Racing is currently fastest with a 1:08.7 as the track rubbers in a little more. And at this point, we should have full rubber on the circuit, and then we will go into the race. So it should definitely be exciting, but I think it depends on what sort of setups people have gone for. And what is apparent is that people are going for quite a high downforce setup, especially Jereon, who is only hitting 301 kilometers an hour with the fuel. So definitely he's gone for some higher wings in the hope to keep his tyres in better condition than, say, 6, 7, 8 and 9, pretty much all of them here at Austria, and I think it just pretty much destroys the tyres, because when you go through turns 6 and 7, you take quite a lot of percentage of your tyre wear on the right side, and then when you go through 8 and 9, you then take a lot of percentage on your left tyres. So I think it's just more of a balancing act, and I think the most important thing here at Austria is keeping consistent, because especially as I discussed in that introduction with that anti-cut, I saw we did a little test race because Jez, who does the tracks for FSR, and credit to him, did it in such a short space of time, and it does look really good, so all credit to him for that. But we had a test race, and a lot of people went off on that anti-cut, and hopefully we don't see that. But I think it will be difficult into turn 1 because the corner shortens on exit. So we'll just have to see how this goes. But I'd expect that these drivers are good enough, and well, because we're in the middle tier in FSR, you would expect that we have no contact in the first corner, and hopefully we don't see that here at Austria.
No, this is quite an interesting track. I mean, you have said it, 57 laps. But for spectators, this might be like they see this and they think, you know, Austria is definitely not the hardest track of the calendar. I'm not saying it is, because it probably isn't. But what I'm trying to say is that I think personally, that's my opinion, this is a harder track than you would think at first sight. Yes, it has all these high-speed corners, and yes, you get a lot of downforce because of that. You know, you pick up this drag and it pushes the car onto the track. But at the same time, drivers are always looking for the limit, and that is probably, you know, they try to run the lowest rear wing amount as possible, you know, without being too inconsistent, losing rear grip and stuff like that. But with the tire wear coming into play as well, it is rather easy to make a mistake. For example, the penultimate corner going over the curb there, it can spin you out, and because you go so quickly, there's almost no time to react. So seriously, this is one of the toughest track of the calendar, in my opinion personally. To me it feels like a roller coaster. It has so many high-speed corners, 57 laps. It's not easy, in my opinion.
No, yeah. It's very deceiving, I think, is what you're trying to get at, Jereon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny as well, by the way, sorry to cut you off, but Marek Godek, he said it a while ago already, but he lost actually some time, I think, because he ran out of fuel. So that is probably where the frustration comes from Godek, and that's also why he probably was 2 tenths down in the final sector, because I thought he had a great final sector, judging visually, but it really wasn't that great of final sector, but probably because he ran out of fuel. Anyway, back to you, James.
Yeah, I was just saying about how you were describing these corners. There are quite a lot of uphill braking sections and a lot of downhill braking sections, which you would expect to have quite a few lockups, and that's something what the drivers need to think about in the race, because it's really important that they preserve their tyres if they want the best grip towards the end of their stint. And I believe we have now finished this warm-up session, and we're just waiting for a couple of drivers to finish their laps. And I believe the last person will be Miguel Reyes, will be the last driver to finish their lap and go back into the pits. And discussing the pits, instead of using the white lines what are used, if we can go on board Reyes right now, where you can see them white lines on the right, instead you will go down this other pit entrance, which is deemed a little bit more safer than the one that is on the track, but never mind. Reyes is currently in the pits and he's on the medium compound tyres, so will Reyes use the medium compounds when it comes to the race? We'll have to see. And now we should head to the race, and then we'll run down through the grid, and 57 laps is upon us, and 5 laps is also upon us, and I believe Jereon will take us through the start of the race. But before that, let's round out the grid when they go onto the grid.
Now, what's interesting as well is you said it, Reyes on the medium tire. I don't think that is a bad choice at all, as we are going to start a race here. But I think the medium tire is quite a nice track, or a nice tire around this track. And the reason for that is because the medium tire handles high speed, high forces coming from high-speed corners a little bit better, in my opinion, than a soft tire. Yes, the soft tire has more grip through those corners, but the medium tire, in my opinion, deals a little bit better with those high forces leaning onto the tire for all those high-speed corners. Anyway, formation lap is on the way. Eros Masciuli leaving his grid slot, and well, I think James will take you through the grid here then.
Yes, indeed I will. So, Eros Masciuli, as he said, Jereon, is on pole position on the yellow striped soft tyre, with Marek Godek for Ghostby Racing in second place. Giuseppe Ragusa, BBR Life for Racing, is in third. Daniel Kiss with Twister Racing, he's going to want to make up positions and try and win this race. He's currently in fourth place. Fabrizio Gobbi is in fifth. Renz Klopp is in sixth. Let's see what he can do from sixth place. Has he got some good race pace to go and challenge for a podium here at Austria? In seventh place is Prieto, he was looking really good in Q1, but just couldn't put it together, and he's in 9th place. And Michi Hoyer is in 10th place on the grid, on the 5th row of the grid. And now, Jereon, do you want to take us through the rest of the grid?
Yeah, Hoyer's by the way on the medium tire, so take a look at that. Busalis Georges, he is in 11th. Michael Francesconi is in 12th, also on the medium tire. Martin Hodes 13th, he is on the soft. Villapala, then a big name in FSR on 14th with the medium tire. Ace de Beek in 15th, Riera in 16th, Reyes in 17th. They might have a different livery, by the way. I don't recognize that one. Chris de Jong in 18th, Mark Albert in 19th, Timo Varkejärvi in 20th, Diop in 21st, and Alessio Campos rounds up here our 22 car grid as Eros Masciuli already found his grid slot, so he will be staring at those lights in front of him, which will be going on in any second now, as Alessio Campos does a little bit of a burnout. Well, Diop is the one doing burnouts. Campos slowly going to his grid slot as he is standing there right now, and we're staring at those lights. It's Saturday, the 13th of June, and the lights are coming on right now. Eros Masciuli starting from pole position. Lights are going out right now, and Eros having a decent start. Mario Godek also with a good start. Ragusa from third with a good start. Kiss also nicely away. Godek on the inside now takes the lead from Eros Masciuli, who's straight away being attacked by Giuseppe Ragusa. Don't know, James, if there are any incidents at the back, doesn't matter anyway. Eros Masciuli with a great top speed manages to keep Ragusa behind on any kind of maneuvers in this second corner. Ragusa having a lockup. Trying to pass Eros Masciuli, and a bit of contact, I think, in the middle of the second turn, but it definitely could have been worse. Godek takes the lead then from Eros Masciuli, with Ragusa being under pressure from Fabrizio Gobbi, and Twister going side by side. Daniel Kiss definitely not having the best start ever, as he is being passed by his teammate. Daniel Kiss down to 6th place, starting from 4th.
Yeah, indeed, not a great start for Kiss, but Mike Partington and Michi Hoyer had a little bit of contact in the middle of the second corner, but pretty much all clean here at Austria. It's nice to see that the drivers are keeping it clean and all staying in the race. All 20. Who's that? Who is that? I can't.
Partington.
I think it is Partington.
Partington is driving without a rear wing.
He's not driving anymore. He's
no, Partington retired. Spun on the exit of the final corner. That's Partington out of this race then. Run-Squad being attacked by Fabrizio Gobbi. Well, so far so good through this second turn. Mark Alberts battling with Chris de Jong. Chris de Jong at the moment is 16th place. But Godek, however, made a brilliant start. And, that is going to be extremely important for the remainder of this race. Being out here alone, well, not really alone, but you know what I mean, in clean air. That is so important around this track. So many high-speed corners. It's really annoying for another driver to get caught in the dirty air, as the DRS also has not yet been enabled. No side-by-side battling here through this middle section. But what else do you expect? Partington then, the first retirement of the day. Spun on the exit of the final corner already. Took a little bit of a weird line in the corner. And then couldn't control the car, unfortunately, on the exit.
Yeah, and that's what you discussed, I think in the warm-up, where you're discussing about the exit of turn 9 that can be incredibly slippery, and you just can't react to it.
James again having a few issues here, we're very sorry about it. Daniel Kiss 6 behind Gobbi. DRS has been enabled. Gobbi has DRS on Rens Club, neutralizes the effect Daniel Kiss is having. Gobbi having a good exit, and I see someone dropping through the field. Who was that? I think it was somewhere around Reyes. Oh, there's an 11th here. Hoyer doing a good job on those medium tires, eh? Watch that, P8 from Hoyer. Godek out in front though, 6/10 to Eros Masciuli, who is closing him down ever so slightly, a few tenths a lap at the moment. Ragusa also showing he has good pace, 4 tenths behind Masciuli. These three are pulling away from Rens Klopp with Kiss in second, or sorry, in sixth rather, our championship leader. Rens Klopp all alone in fourth, and Daniel Kiss is being attacked yet again by Thomas Savely out on the outside of turn 2. Goes for the cutback here. Oh, tries to get early on the power, but Thomas Savely couldn't really do it there. But Daniel Kiss struggling here a little bit. Starting in fourth place. Rens Klopp, his teammate, overtook him. And cannot really find a nice well, flow rather, you know, the rhythm isn't really there with Daniel Kiss at the moment. Had a relatively good qualifying. I mean, he had Gobby is off. Gobby slightly off there. Wants to keep on going though on the exit of turn 5 as Chris de Jong is suddenly mad. Chris de Jong typing here. Ah, Chris de Jong is out of this race. Chris de Jong getting caught by Reyes, I think. Reyes spun on the exit. Reyes also out on the medium tire, got on the grass. Ah, Reyes. This is something you never ever want to see. Chris de Jong driving against Reyes. Obviously not Chris de Jong's fault, don't get me wrong. This is a big shame. We see another 2 drivers out. Obviously it was Reyes' mistake, but then collecting Chris de Jong. Can understand Chris de Jong's frustrations. And I can tell you that James Sadler is having issues. Doesn't matter, I'll obviously be here to commentate, so let's focus on the race. That is much more important. Timo Varkejärvi, someone who also climbed a few places here during this race, finds himself in 15th place at the moment as Reyes leaves the server. Godek though, first place, responded a little bit to the times Eros Masciuli earlier on set. The gap was 6 tenths before. It's now a 1 second, so that's a 4/10 gain. And again, the gap keeps over a second. But Eros Masciuli, as I should say it from David Greco, is also someone who knows what he is doing here, and that mind inside Eros Masciuli's head is probably working quite hard now, thinking, what should I do? You know, you can. Perhaps he's a bit quicker than Godek, who knows? I mean, I'm just making up a story here, which could potentially be true, as Daniel Kiss is trying to knock on the door of Gobby, but too far back at the moment. Eros Masciuli might be thinking here, well, maybe it's better to stay behind him, about a second, something like that. Conserve the tires a little bit, because I'm gonna be honest here, Maverick Godek is someone who knows how to race hard. I mean, has great pure pace, great raw pace. But sometimes lacks the, I wouldn't call it intelligence, but like consistency and also knowing what the tires are doing, how to manage them. I think it's just tire management, which is the best way to describe it. Eros Masciuli might know this and also think, you know, if that's the case, Godek might be struggling later on. But there's a few battles here and there out on track, not too many though. We've seen a few drivers already getting called out by this track. One of them obviously Reyes, collecting Chris de Jong unfortunately, is Thomas Savely in 7th place, just set the fastest lap of the race, and he is also trying to put some pressure on Daniel Kiss. We'll have a look at Rens Klopp, because I think that gap is starting to come down a little bit. Rens Klopp lost at 109.2, Fabrizio Gobby a 108.9, 3 tenths quicker than Rens Klopp last lap was Fabrizio Gobby. So if he closes up to Rens Klopp, we'll have a nice battle for 4th place. As Savely is now starting to pick up the pace a little bit, that's for sure. Savely coming and joining this Gobby train at the moment, which is great to see for the spectators obviously. Another battle going on for 8th place, which with Hoyer obviously being on a different strategy. Not too many battles currently going on out on track. I think these guys are just to wait a little bit here and there. 15 more laps to go, which is a lot. And these drivers might be thinking, no, let's keep it back for a second, keep that gap about 6-7 tenths. And when the guy ahead of me makes a mistake, I'll punish him from that and put some more pressure on him from there onwards. Sorry. Francesconi in 9th, being pressured by Martin Hodes. Hodes in the slipstream area. This is not a DRS zone, by the way. Hodes on the inside, he goes for it. Yeah, good move from Hodes, locks up into the corner. Francesconi with the cutback. Francesconi on those medium tires, Hodes on the softs. Is able to put the power down nicely. They both have DRS here now. Coming into turn 3. Hodes on the outside, Francesconi on the inside. Who has the biggest balls? Hodes breaks later, but can't make the move stick. And then look at Prieto. Ah, fantastic move by Prieto. Didn't have to do much, obviously, don't get me wrong. But Hodes went too deep into the corner and Prieto just taking advantage of that. And Prieto certainly saying thank you very much underneath that helmet, I'm pretty sure. 6/10 the gap between Godek and Masciuli. Masciuli definitely trying to put more and more pressure on Marek Godek. Half a second right now as Masciuli's definitely then within that DRS zone. From now onwards he will also start to pick up a little bit of a toe, bit of a slipstream on Godek. Will all help. And obviously the closer he comes to Godek, the more dirty air he will also pick up, obviously. Rens Klopp 109.1. Klopp consistently in the low 9s. Gobby doing another high 0.8, another 2/10 quicker last lap. So Gobby slightly quicker than Rens Klopp at the moment, but that gap is still over a second, so not a lot Gobby can do. Daniel Kiss at the moment just doesn't have the top speed probably to overtake Gobby. So Daniel Kiss is just stuck behind him. Obviously as a championship leader here, Daniel Kiss, as Godek starting to see a few mistakes though from Godek, missing the apexes a little bit. But Daniel Kiss being the championship leader can lean back a little bit, you know, as well. I mean, he has performed very well during the first part of the season. Maybe this is a track which doesn't really suit him. And then he is like, well, okay, Gobby just had a huge moment on the exit of the final corner. Daniel Kiss might be thinking, you know, this is maybe not the track I like most. Maybe I should be happy with a 6th place and just keep it together, pick up as many points as possible, obviously with the championship in the back in his mind as well. Guillermo Prieto though attacking Francesconi. This is for 9th place. Prieto having a look on the inside, he breaks late. Francesconi, yes, you have to leave room, Francesconi. Francesconi doing a brilliant job there, keeping it around the outside. See, that's what I like about turn 2. It's quite a tidy corner, as once again Prieto will try to attack, but Prieto cannot do it here. He indeed cannot. Quite a good corner this second turn. Don't know if the viewers remember it, but we have seen Schumacher and Montoya there once making a mistake. It's the typical corner where you can show what you have got if you want to dive bomb, if you know what I mean. It's a corner where you have a serious big braking point. Goes uphill slightly too, as I see some smoke. I think someone is having a problem. Rens Klopp is having a problem. Rens Klopp, I saw some smoke on the exit of the final corner. Rens Klopp being overtaken by Gobby. Gobby into 4th place, and this is why this is one of the toughest track of the calendar in my opinion. Martin is the first one to pit, by the way, so the pit window is open. Lap 10 of the race. Rens Klopp on the final corner. Let me have a look. Wow, what a fantastic save from Rens Klopp. That's a fantastic save. Rens Klopp just having some oversteer on corner entry. That's something you definitely don't want to get on the entry of that corner, I can tell you that. And so Rens Klopp dropping a position and straight away knocking on the door of Gobby again. And he goes for an inside move. Whoa! That is amazing. They are not side by side anymore. Klopp going on the inside. Gobby showing that he doesn't give a single shit about it. Nicely held by Gobby there around the outside of the corner. This is the kind of battle you want to see, obviously. Daniel Kiss definitely, or sorry, Rens Klopp rather, definitely not afraid to put it on the inside. Kiss going a bit wide. This is a great battle though. As Sadler obviously also comes into play here. Sadler still, in fact, has the fastest lap of the race. Prieto trying to attack as well. That is all in the background for now. Prieto is going to attack on the inside of Francesconi. Prieto on the inside of Francesconi into turn 1, still side by side, nicely held. No position changes for P4, so we'll have a look at this battle. Prieto and Francesconi side by side going into turn 2 here. Who has the biggest balls? Who breaks latest? It is, well, nobody really, as they probably braked at the same time. Francesconi trying to go for the cutback, almost collecting Villa La Pala. Rens Klopp with a lock up into turn 3. Back to the battle here though. Francesconi on the outside of Prieto. Ah, great move from Francesconi. He goes a bit deep though. 10 for bravery though. 10 for bravery for Francesconi. Bear in mind that this guy is also on a medium tire. It won't help him though, battling here, Francesconi. It will not help him, definitely not. Picks up the dirty header. You see how much it cost him. Definitely dropping a few tenths back instantly. Gobby now creating a gap to Rens Klopp, who is driving rather inconsistent, I think is the right way to describe it. I saw him locking up into turn 3. Rens Klopp, after that mistake, struggling to find back the kind of consistency he had before. No changes in the 3. That is all not settled because they are quite close to each other. But calm is, I think, the right way to describe it. So definitely the battle, or the main focus on the track, is for this battle for P4. It's also interesting to see that there are not a lot of drivers able to get past each other, as I think Diop is another retirement. Diop is indeed another retirement, 4th retirement of the day after 12 laps, and those were all driver errors, I believe, except for Chris de Jong, who obviously got very unfortunately collected. And it also shows that it's definitely not an easy track. I said it before, and I think I'll say it another time, maybe later in this race, if someone makes a mistake. Tire wear coming into play right now as well, by the way, guys. Just a few more laps here. I think they are relatively old right now. These guys are definitely coming towards the end of their stints. So they're still in first. We're waiting for one of those guys in the top, what is it, top 7 to make their pit stop. Hoyer in 8th as well. Look at him, guys, by the way. Hoyer in 8th on those medium tires. 109.3. He's the slowest out of the top 8, but only by a 10th or so. Hoyer definitely not doing a bad job. Don't count him out yet. And then the battle for P4 again. It looks like Gobby has set his car up relatively well for straight line speed. Those twisted cars just cannot get past. As Savely as well. He's keeping up. But that's it, you know. Can't do much more than that at the moment. Mashuli again close the gap to Godek, 6 tenths. We'll have a look whether Godek can respond again and make sure that gap goes back to a second or so. It's a little bit like a, I don't know, like a rope between these two. Suddenly, or sometimes the ropes extends slightly. Sometimes it retracts again and the gap is a little bit closer. Lap 15 out of 57. Not much better at the moment. As I said, we're waiting for those guys to come into the pit lane and open up the window. Obviously, I think who was already in the pit. I think Hodes already went into the pit. He must have quite a bit of an undercut. He went onto the medium tire though. Just waiting for these guys to pit. As I said, unfortunately, James Sadler also dropped out, so it's a solo commentary for me right now. Just a long while ago since I last did that. Bahrain. Last year, I think, which was my first commentary, also the solo commentary. But this is another one, nonetheless. It's not about me here, it's obviously about the race. Godek again extending the gap, you know, Godek able to respond the whole time, or it's just Mashuli making mistakes. It's also obviously an opportunity, or a possibility rather, sorry about that. Godek keeping, or staying out right now though. 1.1 seconds before, it is now it isn't even a second anymore, it's again 9:10, so Mashuli again working his way up into that DRS detection point, DRS range, as Vila Lapala comes into the pit lane. So have a look at that, a little bit of action from the pit lane. Sam, if we could go on board with Vila Lapala, as Mark Alberts is another retirement of the day, suspension damage, referring that he probably crashed as well. Vila Lapala here in the pit lane, switching to soft tires. Now watch the pit exit. Coming to the pit exit line there. And then watch this. Very, very tight pit exit indeed. Vila Lapala taking it easily there. That's the best thing to do in my opinion, because it is a rather tight pit exit. Also for the entry, by the way. Also quite a tight pit entry. So let's hope we don't see any dramas over there today. Bit of smoke from Gobby, running wide slightly. I think Gobby is definitely the one running maybe a bit of lower downforce. That's at least what I would say, judging by his driving. Godek in the pit lane though. That is the moment we have been waiting for. Eros Mashuli, I think, follows him. He indeed does. So here we go. Into the pit lane they go. Godek switching to the soft tire. We'll have a look what Mashuli does. Mashuli also on the soft. So this is definitely a two-stop probably. Lap 16 of the race. We see the first couple of pit stops from the leaders. But where will they rejoin? That's not a big question. Godek locking up on the pit exit. That's not what you want to do. Godek rejoining in P10 behind the Ruud Heestebeek, also having to pit obviously. Mashuli in 11th then. And Mashuli lost a lot of time to Godek. Hey. That's interesting. Let's have a look what happened to Mashuli. You know what, Mashuli just lost a lot of... Nothing happened really, I think. I think Mashuli just lost a lot of time. Oh, and Gobby is off! Gobby is off! Yes, Gobby is off indeed! Entry of turn 5, that is. And now he's stuck in the gravel as well. Fabrizio Gobby with those tires being old. Trying to defend from Rens Klopp would put some pressure on him. Gobby taking way much speed into the 5th corner of this track here. Hitting the barrier. Skimming across the gravel, and suddenly we see it all opening up yet again, as we have seen so many times in the Ace races. One thing has to happen, and suddenly, you know, everyone follows in and joins the drama. For example, Rens Klopp too long in the pit lane. Another dramatic event. Rens Klopp too long in the pit lane. I think that was not the standard 4-second pit stop. No, was it? I don't think so actually. Don't know whether Sam can confirm it. Doesn't matter anyway. I think. We'll have a look if there is damage for Rens Klopp anyway once others are going to pit. Rens Klopp rejoins behind Mashuli. Okay, standard stop for Rens Klopp then. My fault. I thought it looked rather long. Oh, it is on the inside of Rens Klopp. Rens Klopp cannot afford to get past right now here on those medium tires. Definitely going for a different strategy. Mara Godek. Where is he? In 7th behind Francesconi. Overtook Heestebeek already. And Mashuli, what is going on with Mashuli at the moment, guys? Dropping back immensely. Remember, he was the second to Godek. Is Mashuli having a problem? Having a look at his on-board footage as Ragusa is into the pit lane. Can't see anything on Mashuli's car at the moment. Ragusa in the pit lane though. What is he going to do? Gets into the pit box nicely. Goes also to the soft tire. Savely staying out though, alongside Daniel Kiss. So this is interesting. Daniel Kiss probably knowing he couldn't overtake. Then goes for a different strategy and decides to stay out longer. This is what I said before as well, you know, reading another guy's mind and then make your decision because of that. Judge how someone else is doing and then make a decision, draw conclusions. Godek on the back of Francesconi here. This should be an easy pass for Godek. Francesconi not having DRS. He will defend though. He's on the medium tire as well. Godek on the soft. Needs to go around the outside. I think he can do it though. Francesconi outbrakes him. Cut back for Godek. That's the way you overtake. Good stuff from Godek. Keeping it cleaner as well, guys, by the way. You saw that? He could have decided to brake really late, try to go around the outside, but probably knew that Francesconi was quite hot going into the corner. And then went for the cutback. Good stuff from Godek. Where's Mashuli? Mashuli in 9th. Mashuli dropped back immensely. What is Mashuli's lap times? 108.4. It's not bad. Just simply dropped back quite a bit. Hoyer into the pit lane. This is quite interesting. Daniel Kiss in the pit lane as well. Thomas Savely leading this race at the moment. Hoyer in the pit lane. He went onto the medium tire, but quite an early stop then. Daniel Kiss on medium. Prieto soft. Hoyer soft. Heestebeek in the pit. Lots of guys pitting right now as well, by the way. Savely having DRS. Somehow. I don't have no idea how Savely is getting DRS at the moment. Cheater! No. Joking. Weird how Savely had DRS down that straight, or am I missing something? Oh. Weird. Anyway, Savely probably going to pit soon. He doesn't have his pit light on yet, so different strategy for Savely at the moment. Ragusa and Francesconi side by side. Ragusa, easy move on Francesconi. Ragusa though, ahead of Mashuli. So Mashuli indeed, I don't know what happened there. And Rens Klopp indeed. Behind Daniel Kiss too. Wow. Interesting things happening here strategically. Mashuli trying to get by Francesconi. Already got by. These guys are obviously teammates, so they know what they're doing. Godek is second though. The virtual leader here once Savely pits, but Savely still staying out. Right, Francesco into the pit lane, and finally 20 laps. But also looking at Savely, he has done 20 laps as well, which is rather amazing. 20 laps on the soft tires here does Thomas Savely. This is pace 109.1. Well, not the best pace ever. Definitely not too bad either. I mean, obviously these guys are on fresh tires right now around him. Anyway, still impressive to see. Heesterbeek on the inside of Georges for P11. Straightforward move from Heesterbeek, who is picking up the pace a little bit. We've seen it last round with Heesterbeek as well. He comes into the race and becomes a little bit more overall. Towards the end, Savely though, not pitting. Savely, what are you doing? Savely, are you going for a one-stop, mate? He may be, I don't know. He keeps on going. It's lap 22. I wouldn't see why you wouldn't make a pit stop right now, seriously. Or yeah, why you would make a pit stop right now and go for a two-stop. If you have gone this deep into the stint, you know, why not? Why not, Savely? Why not? We see Alessio Campos in the foreground here with Savely in the background. So Alessio Campos going to get lapped quite soon, presumably. And quite a few gaps now between the drivers in the top 10. Nothing majorly interestingly happening here. Prieto with the fast lap of the race, 107.9, the only driver who went into the 17s. Timo Varga-Jarvi in the pit lane for his first stop, I believe. Also starting on that medium tire. But Savely is the winner here in terms of tire wear. I mean, he keeps on going. This is quite impressive to be honest. Lap 22. Pit light on. No, he doesn't have his pit light on. He keeps on going. Alright, so Savely opens up another lap as Alessio Campos led him by. Good job from Campos, no issues there. But wow, one thing which suddenly pops up in my mind is the word, or the two words, twister domination, you know? Where is it gone? We saw Daniel Kiss in particular, but also Rens Klopp being really strong in the first part of the season, especially Daniel Kiss, as I have said. But they find themselves right now in P5 and 6. We already saw it last week at Canada, where they showed some of their weaknesses, I guess. Particularly Rens Klopp with, Daniel Kiss. I always confuse them, especially Daniel Kiss. But obviously Rens Klopp took the victory, but it doesn't look that controlled anymore for this race. But obviously they already have quite a big lead to the rest of the field, so they can afford a mistake, if you know what I mean. Savely now starting to lose some serious time to Godek, by the way. Oi, oi, oi. Still not his pit light on. Keeps on going. Godek in second. 108.4 this lap. 9/10 quicker than Godek. Than Savely, of course. Giuseppe Ragusa now with a purple lap. 107.8, 6/10 faster last lap than Marek Godek. So this is definitely not over yet. There's twisters behind each other, being relatively close. Nothing going to happen right there at the moment, but you can notice that I am jumping through the field quite quickly all the time. There's not really a main battle going on anymore. Obviously in the first stint of the race we saw that major battle for P4, which is not going on at the moment. There is a battle for P8 however. Guillermo Prieto, who is rather quick in the second stint, versus Vila Lapala. Vila Lapala has DRS on Martin Odes, so this DRS effect from Prieto gets neutralized heavily. Not halfway yet, definitely not. Lap 24 out of 57. Thomas Savely still leads and still keeps on going as well. Is Savely going to stop at all, or is he just gonna keep on going? Well, 109.4 again for Savely, so he is rather consistent. But those tires, you would expect they would be absolutely cooking. What is the truth as well, by the way, about Savely is there isn't really any kind of smoke coming from his tires, which you do see with some other drivers. So Savely definitely staying rather in control. Battle for P8 again with Vila Lapala. Nothing happening over here. The thing is, Martin Odes is quite a big factor in this battle, because Vila Lapala gets DRS of him all the time. Bit of a lockup from Odes into turn 2. Villa I think he's too far back to overtake Hodes, is he? I hope he will prove me wrong, but indeed it's too much of a gap. 1.2 seconds now, the gap between Sevely and Godek. Is Sevely going to pit then? I mean, two drivers in the same team. You don't want to see a major crash. The question is as well, are these guys going to crash? Or are they just going to keep it clean and maybe Sevely let his teammate through, who knows? I think Ragusa is actually the quickest out of these guys, by the way, on the top 3. Ragusa is quickest of the track by quite a margin. Looking at the whole top, what is it? Top 7, top 8? Oh, Guillermo Prieto being attacked. Prieto getting attacked by Mitchie Hoyer. Great move from Hoyer down the inside of turn 2. Quite straightforward as well, going for the inside move. Prieto not giving up though, picking up the slipstream effect here. Mitchie Hoyer running not the highest downforce setting on that ACR car. Prieto on the outside. 10 for bravery yet again into that third corner. But the nature of the corner doesn't really allow you to go around the outside. Sevely pits. See, this is smart. Now Godek gets released finally. Clean air for Godek. So it's now up to Godek to show what he has got. Because Ragusa has been quicker all the time through this stint. But maybe Sevely was a little bit of a factor for Godek, you know, that he was being held up a little bit. And Sevely is going for a one stop here, guys. That is amazing to see. Medium tire for Sevely. His pace wasn't bad either in the first stint as well on the soft tire. Remember I even said that he was quickest of the race. He does, however, drop back to P10, and that is a little bit of an ouch for Sevely. I mean, a lot of traffic in front, all battling. This is quite tough for Sevely. This is not what you want to see when you're on a one stop. Alright, so these guys though, when are they going to pit? That's also a question. You would say about lap 30, so that would leave them 27 laps on the medium. That's also quite early actually. If you want to make a two-stop work, wow, 28 or 27 laps on the medium is quite a bit. Maybe you should go a little bit longer to lap 33, lap 34 perhaps, something like that. But I don't care anyway at the moment about strategy. We have an amazing battle here for P6. And James also said it earlier, as Mitchie Hoyer is on the back of Villa Lapala. Hoyer going to try to do the same as he did to Prieto on the inside of turn 2. Villa Lapala showing that he has great racecraft though. And then front is Martin Hodes, who had a bit of oversteer on the exit. Free wide now, going into turn 3. But who has the biggest balls here? It's Mitchie Hoyer with DRS. Oh, they clip each other. Hodes and Hoyer clipped each other and Villa spun. No, Hodes spun on the medium tire. There was some contact made there, that's for sure. Hoyer clipping Hodes. That is what happened before the third corner. And then Hodes, yeah, this is very unlucky for Hodes. Being clipped by Prieto. Prieto, I don't think Prieto could have done a lot himself, to be honest, because it's tough. It's a tough decision. Let's. I will not talk about it. Let's actually put it down to the race directors. I think they were battling quite a bit. So for Prieto, it was hard to judge with what kind of speed and which kind of line they were going to take it to the third corner. Sevely is on the back of Prieto, but made a mistake into the first corner, and this is why it sucks to be Sevely right now. Because when these guys are battling, it costs you so much time, which you could use really, really nicely later on in the race. Haystabeek as well, by the way. I said it before, he's really a strong force in the later part of the races. Needs to improve perhaps on the first stint if he really wants to be up there. Save for qualifying pace, because he has never really been up there. He's always a strong force in the race though, that's for sure. Battle for first place though. Marigoda coming across the line doing a 108.1. Ragusa a tenth of that, 108.2 for Ragusa. But this gap has been decreasing ever since we have been focusing on this battle here for 6th place, and Hoyer is absolutely gone. Hoyer doing 108.6 last lap. This lap it's a 108.2 for Hoyer. It's the same pace the leaders are doing, so great stuff from Hoyer, and immediately you can see what kind of gap he pulls. But it's up to Sadler to get past these guys now, which is rather hard. That's Klopp losing some ground to Daniel Kiss too. So Daniel Kiss finding some pace back, which in my opinion he missed before. In fact, last time around Daniel Kiss was the fastest driver of the track. So Kiss again finding some pace here. Fuel is obviously up. Maybe it's a bit more comfortable on this medium tire, because bear in mind he is also on a medium tire. And you might think, wait, medium tire, why is he so quick? Aren't they supposed to be like 3-4 tenths slower? I think they are. They maybe are 3 tenths slower or something like that, but I personally find the medium tire amazing as well around a track like this. Rens Klopp is also on a medium, of course. But the medium tire for me is just, it maybe doesn't provide the grip the soft tires give, but they are able to cope with the forces quite well, coming through all those high-speed corners. Sadler in 8th now. Managed to climb a few places here and there, I think. Probably overtook Villa Lapala. I think Villa is Finnish, and he usually has some kind of accents on this name as well, like the A and stuff. So something like Lepala, maybe in Finnish. I don't know. I don't know Finnish. I only know one word Finnish, and that is Vito. I will not say what it means, but that's the only word I know. Marigoda in the meantime still leading, 108.5 last time round. Giuseppe 108.4, only half a tenth quicker. And Godek seems to be responding a little bit, because Ragusa definitely reeled him in a little bit. But Godek seems to be responding a bit now, which is good to see for Godek. From a spectator's point of view, it's not great to see, because why wouldn't you not see a fantastic battle here for the lead? So look at the top speeds as well, by the way. That's also becoming a decisive factor probably when these guys are going to start the battle. Godek 3 kilometers an hour quicker than Ragusa down the straight to turn 3, so the straight between turn 2 and turn 3. So Godek having the advantage in terms of top speed as well, his straight line speed. And then your Kiss a bit off the track. Kiss definitely pushing, by the way. You can see that he is pushing again. What did he do last round? A 108.2 again. Rather quick times from Daniel Kiss, 3 tenths quicker than what Godek is doing. Oh, this could be quite interesting. Daniel Kiss probably going to the soft tire later on as well. Might be an interesting factor coming to the later stage of the race. Who knows? Copy and Georges, what's going on over here? A bit of a battle. P14. Copy outbreaking Georges into turn 3. Goes deep though, Georges with the cutback. Thank you very much, says Georges. Moves himself up to P14. Prieto now purple lap. Prieto has had the speed today, by the way, guys. Seriously, Prieto has been rather quick. It's just a shame that he is in P7 right now, as Sadler is hurting. Sadler 107.8. He's following Prieto, but the thing is, Prieto is also doing a 107.8. They are the only 2 drivers, Sadler and Prieto, who are in the 107s. But the thing is, Prieto is ahead of Sadler, and Sadler is on the 1 stop, so Sadler doesn't have any kind of advantage here. More Godek in the pit though. This could be quite smart from Godek, by the way. Going for the earlier stop here. Let's see if everything goes right on the medium tire, of course. About 20 laps for Godek on the medium tire, but it will be crucial right now to see where he rejoins. Be absolutely crucial. Medium tire then, stopping earlier as well. That's what I said was smart. Opening up a bit of a gap probably to Ragusa if he can. Try to open up the gap a little bit more. He's coming ahead right in front of Mitch Hoyer, but Mitch Hoyer has the momentum. Can Mitch Hoyer overtake him into turn 2? He may be able to. We're on the outside though. Godek braking late on the first tires and make contact. Hoyer spun off the track. Godek still keeps on going. Contact made though. Entry of turn 2. Hoyer is off. Rejoins the track. Careful, they make contact. Contact again, mate. Hoyer and Heesterbeek. It's a miracle how Heesterbeek is still driving. And Hoyer realizes it, eh? Hoyer realizes it. That is, wow, that is respect to Hoyer. In a moment like that, when it heats up, to give a position back like that, it's not something you want to do as a racer. But there, Mitch Hoyer's mind spoke, and not his raciness, even though that's not even a word. But you know what I mean, you know. Sometimes it's better to use your head. That's what Hoyer did there. That is rather nice to see. It is rather nice to see. Respect to Hoyer. He did rejoin the track in a rather unsafe way. What a fantastic save from Heesterbeek, by the way. Having a look at the replay. But what happened with Godek and Hoyer, though? There was not enough space left. Hoyer couldn't go anymore to the left-hand side, and so contact was made. Gonna put it again to the race directors to judge them, to commentate on the race, and that's pretty much it. Heesterbeek going deep into turn 2, by the way. Hoyer having the RS, Heesterbeek as well having the RS of Lepala or whatever. So that neutralizes the effect. Hoyer gets. Hoyer too far back indeed. Can't capitalize on that mistake Heesterbeek had, or the mistake Heesterbeek had. Did I seriously say the Heesterbeek had? I think I said that, I'm not sure. The mistake Heesterbeek had, that's what I wanted to say, of course. Ragusa, this is crucial, by the way, what's going on right now. I mean, I've been talking the whole time, but I should pay more attention to the leader. Giuseppe Ragusa doing a 1:08.4, and we need to compare that to Maverick Godek, who's coming across the line right now. Godek 1:08.4 to beat. Godek on those medium tires does a 1:07.9, half a second quicker. And Lepala, what is going on with Lepala? Lepala, he is out of the race, I can tell you that. Pit entry. Lost the rear wing, still standing there stationary. Don't know what he's doing, probably banging on his wheel or something. Entry of the pit lane. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's an invisible wall. What is it? That's looking rather weird. I had the same issue in my test race, by the way, in the pit. I think there's something wrong with the wall in pit entry, seriously. I had it in the afternoon today as well. It's a big shame for Lepala though, as he finds himself in the pit box out of the race. There's a wall on the outside of the pit lane, and this wall basically comes closer and closer to the track. And the point where it really comes close to the track, when you hit it, it's like a concrete barrier all in your face or something like that. I think that's happened to Villa Lepala as well. Instead, he didn't clip it with his front wing, which I did today. He clipped it with his rear wheel, which sent him spinning. Not great to see, obviously. You don't want to see that at all. Godek doing a purple lap now, 1:07.6, 9/10 quicker than Giuseppe Ragusa on the last lap. It's interesting that Giuseppe stays out right now as well, by the way. Doesn't respond yet. He thinks he has enough pace towards the end of the race when he switches to the medium. Probably. So Savely, who was ahead of Godek obviously before, but lost some time battling, right now finds himself about 2 seconds behind Godek. Which means when Ragusa is going to pit, Ragusa is also going to come up in front of Savely. Mashuli not probably. Mashuli's probably too far back. I really want to know what happened to Mashuli, because Mashuli pits again. See whether that is all clean. That is all clean. There's still the, I don't know whether it is for the drivers too, for you Sam, but the rear wing from Vila is still on the pit entry, which is rather dangerous. Mashuli in the pit lane. Oh, Mashuli, what are you doing? Mashuli hitting the pit, what is it? The pit box, I guess. In the pit box though, finds his grid slot, or the pit box rather, switches to the medium tire, didn't repair the damage he had. Oh, this is a shame for Mashuli. Something you never want to see. Hoyer in the pit as well. Mashuli rejoins the track. Where does he rejoin the track? P8. Behind Francesconi. Medium tire for Mashuli. Right. I feel very sad for Mashuli here. This is one of the worst feelings you can have as a driver. Not a lot of grip there in the pit lane, being perfectly demonstrated by Mashuli. Boy, 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 you've got to feel quite a bit for him. Also driving now with a damaged front wing, eh? Lost the front wing end plate. Let's see whether he still is able to pick up third place. But it will be hard, because Sadler is there as well, of course. Ragusa though. Interesting pit stop here. This is going to be crucial. Medium here for Ragusa. Revving the engine right there and exits the pit lane. Where is Godek though? Godek already on the exit of turn 1. Sadler jumps Ragusa as well. Wow. So virtually, I think it's Godek right now leading. Those twisters are yet to stop, I believe. Godek virtually leading, ahead of Thomas Sadler, who is in seconds. Ghostspeed 1-2 at the moment. Ragusa then finds himself in 5th, but virtually 3rd with the BBR car. Mashuli in 7th, behind Heestebeek. Heestebeek yet to stop though. Probably as well for the twisters. Right, so what are the twisters doing though? Well, this is also perfectly illustrates what kind of pace Daniel Kiss has, because well, maybe I haven't been positive a lot about him over the course of this race, especially in the first stint. But he does show right now what kind of wood he's made of. I mean, this is amazing. He was 7/10 quicker than Rens Klopp on the last lap in the same car, same team. Klopp going to the medium or the soft tire right now. Obviously, those guys are still to run on the soft tire again here, because they did a medium run in the middle stint. Rens Klopp exit in the pit lane. P6 for him. Ahead of Mashuli. Ahead of Mashuli. Ahead of Mashuli. Probably, yes. He is indeed ahead of Mashuli. So the mistake Mashuli made is right now costing him dearly. Mashuli not giving up though. I'm sure he will have the DRS. DRS will be right open now. Open right now, I should say. And indeed did open, but I think it's rather difficult for Mashuli right now. Because Klopp obviously on the soft tires as well. You would say he's going to pull away. Daniel Kiss pitting though. Oh, a bit of an oversteer moment on the pit entry. Fantastic to see Daniel Kiss again in this great form. You know, these guys are on the medium tire, had great pace, sometimes even quicker than the guys on the softer tires. Kiss for on soft now. Godek already entering turn 1. Ragusa coming by, Sadler coming by. Kiss in 4th will drop to P5 as Heestebeek comes by as well. Heestebeek yet to stop, I'm pretty sure about that. Is Heestebeek on the medium? No, he's also on the soft. When did Heestebeek pit? Let's have a look. Heestebeek last pitted in lap 20. He's also a driver doing 20 laps on the soft. I mean, we have seen some alien drivers here who seem to have very minor tire wear, has to be said. Amazing to see. And they're all Ghostspeed drivers as well, so Ghostspeed perhaps having a little bit less tire wear than the rest of the field. Sadler in 2nd though, being attacked by Ragusa. Nice to see Sadler in 2nd, by the way. Different strategy, worked out so far. But the thing is, you know, still 17 laps to go on the medium. It's not great when you already have like, how many has he? Like 15 laps under the belt already. It's not really great, especially not when you have a BBR car behind you in your mirrors on much fresher tires. But who knows? Top speed from Sadler may be quite good. And he may be able to fend off Ragusa as well then. Daniel Kiss knocking on the door of Heestebeek. I don't expect many troubles for Daniel Kiss though. The question is, can Daniel Kiss also drive towards the podium here on those soft tires? 17 laps to go. Gap is about 5 seconds. With all my respect to Kiss, but you've got to be realistic as well. I don't think it's going to work. Why not? You know, why not? It's a short track. 17 laps here is not a lot. It's not really long. But because it's a short track, you can't gain really that much per lap. Like you can be already happy if you gain 2 laps, or 2 tenths, sorry, per lap here. That's already quite a lot, to be honest. So short track, not a lot of time to be gained, especially not with all those high-speed corners. Fabrizio Gobbi doing a purple lap right now. You're still having that pace in a damaged car. Not bad. It's a shame though that Gobbi isn't up there. Battling with Reds Club spun earlier before on the entry of turn 5 it was. Let's make it lead into the pit lane, so that releases Daniel Kiss. Have a look at the lap times from Daniel Kiss. It's enough to close down on Ragusa. Ragusa was obviously battling with Stavely. Ragusa's DRS wide open. They were battling already coming into turn 2. Ragusa on the inside, he's gonna do it! Oh, Stavely, fantastic by Stavely. Tried to squeeze. I thought Stavely was going to turn into Ragusa. If he did so, it would have been game over for Stavely, I'm afraid, because he would have spun around. But he left just not enough room. Ragusa going all the way over the curb as well, eh? Good spatial weather from Ragusa too. Bit of smoke coming from Stavely's tires, not what you want to see. Certainly not with another 15 laps on those tires to go. This is all in favor of Daniel Kiss, by the way. These guys battling. It's all in favor of Daniel Kiss. What can Stavely do though? It's the question. Can he keep him behind? Coming down the main straight here. 6 seconds to Mara Godek. Heading down to turn 2 here. I think Stavely is a bit too far ahead. Exit turn 2. Let's see where's the better exit. It's obviously Ragusa on those fresh tires. Is it good enough though? The air is wide open for him. Stavely is defending inside. He does defend the inside, but Ragusa goes for it. This is Ragusa's place now, I think. Stavely going wide. He tries to do it. Can't do it though. He has the inside line, but Ragusa has the better exit. Ragusa up to P2 now. 6.5 seconds behind Godek. Probably too far back. Stavely being passed now. Went defensive. Ragusa did a bit of a dummy on him because he didn't go defensive enough. Good move from Ragusa. Very good move from Ragusa. All clean as well. Stavely trying to go around the outside there. I said before though, it's the nature of the corner. Hard to go around the outside there. It's also a bit off-cambered on the outside. Doesn't make it easier at all. Stavely tried to hold on obviously to Ragusa. I doubt it will work. Like Godek, looking good here. It's one of those days for Godek where he might be looking at later on, you know. It's one of those races where you say, for example, this might be a turning point for him in the championship. He has had a lot of troubles as he goes very wide into turn 5. Missing the apex completely, lost him certainly a bit of time, doesn't need to do that. This is one of those races, if the rest of the season goes well for Godek, where he says, you know, that was the turning point of my season. Before, you know, I wasn't maybe consistent enough and I made mistakes, I couldn't manage the tires. But from that race onwards, I started to put into practice all the things which I learned. And the coin flicked my side, and I had the momentum with me, and I won, you know, and it gave me a huge boost for the rest of the season. Who knows? It can also always be the case. A driver also always, in my opinion, needs to have the momentum with him in order to do well. In order to get the momentum with you, it's just simply, you know, obviously you have to work hard, but you, in my opinion, you also sometimes need a little bit of luck, you know, where the coin flips to your side. For example, if Gobbi wouldn't have spun, what kind of fact would he have been in this race? You know, all those kind of things have obviously an effect. If Masciuli didn't have his problem in the pit, you know, what would have happened? Well, maybe not a lot would have happened, because Masciuli is definitely not lapping that well, and Prieto is attacking him. Masciuli on the outside though, Prieto on the inside, going side by side. I think Prieto has to move. Masciuli going for the inside here. Oh, if he did it, it would have been a fantastic move from Masciuli. Well, 10 for bravery would it have been. I think it was still Prieto's place to gain though. Exactly what happened there. I don't know whether, obviously Masciuli has damage. I don't know how much that affects him. It's obviously a high speed track with so many high speed corners, as Daniel Kiss sets the fast lap of the race. Now on the back of Stavely. You do need quite a bit of downforce here. So missing a front wing end plate probably will not help. Godek though, 11 more laps to go. He just lapped Timo Vargyarvi. I think Godek has this. Severely in third place behind Ragusa. Ragusa should take second here if nothing weird happens. And Daniel Kiss. Ah man, this guy's amazing right now. A second quicker than the rest of the field. A second. Okay, except for Ragusa. 8 tenths quicker than Ragusa, but still 8 tenths. Amazing on a track like this where you can gain a lot. Don't get me wrong, he's on a soft tire and whatnot. But go ahead and do it yourself. You know, be 8 tenths quicker than the rest of the field. Try to do it yourself. It's not that easy. Daniel is again showing what he has got. And maybe he wasn't that lucky in qualifying, which you will say surely that it compromised his race, which is probably the case. But still, when you have a bad day, it's all about how you recover and try to maximize everything you have got. This is actually what Daniel Kiss is doing right here, and I think he's doing a good job. Already going for the inside here on Severly. Severly braking late, going deep into the corner though. Daniel Kiss will have the better exit. Yeah, this is Daniel Kiss's place right now. Going into the slipstream here, what is Severly going to do? He needs to use every rule in the book to keep Daniel Kiss behind, but Severly knows it. Severly knows it. Daniel Kiss on the inside, nothing Severly could have done there. Next up, the Red Scroll by the way, also on the soft tire. This might not be done yet for Severly. Where's Red Scroll though? He's quite a long way behind. So if Severly keeps his head cool, should be able to pick up P4. And Daniel Kiss sneaking his way up to P3. Great race from Daniel Kiss, especially the second and third stint. Those medium, or that medium stint from Rens Klopp, amazing, simply amazing from Rens Klopp. 5.5 seconds, the gap between Godek and Ragusa. Godek probably managing it, doesn't need to push, and why should he push? 5.4. Ragusa obviously lapping quicker, 2 tenths a lap, 107.5. Daniel Kiss did a 107.4 last lap, obviously battling though. But he's now released in clean air again. Look at the gap Daniel Kiss already put to Thomas Severly. It's just incredible to see. What can Rens Klopp do though? That's also a question. Is there anything else going on right now? Not too much has to be said. There weren't too many drivers signed up for this race. 22 drivers at the start. Not too bad. I saw 20 drivers in qualifying, so 2 drivers must have joined. Doesn't make it as bad as 20 obviously. Godek a bit of a lock up in the final corner, or just some tire smoke, probably tire smoke. Ragusa second. Daniel Kiss behind Ragusa though. Oh, Daniel's absolutely flying right now. Holy shit. Purple lap for Daniel Kiss, 106.6. 8 tenths faster than Giuseppe Ragusa. I say Daniel Kiss, do it. I again wanted to say Rens Klopp. Those names aren't similar at all, but I keep saying Rens Klopp if I mean Daniel Kiss. And all the way around. Daniel Kiss having DRS though. What is Rens Klopp doing by the way? 107.1, so 5 tenths slower than Daniel Kiss on the same tire. This shows what kind of pace Daniel Kiss has and what kind of driver it is. Amazing strength shown here by Daniel Kiss. No disrespect to Rens Klopp by the way. I mean this guy is also amazing. Definitely a very driver I would be happy with personally if I was a team boss of Twister. But today Daniel Kiss is showing what he has got. Maybe down to practice as well. Rens Klopp, we had an interview last race with him where he said it also depends so much on practice. Daniel Kiss is very busy with his life and stuff, can't always practice. And yeah, did I say Daniel Kiss? I mean Rens Klopp. Wow. Sorry. Daniel Kiss though. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. This is what Sam Jones says here by the way. I take that as a compliment. Daniel Kiss behind Daniel Kiss behind Giuseppe Ragusa. I'm going completely crazy right now. I want to see a crazy battle here as well for P2 in this race. Daniel Kiss probably too far back to overtake Godek if he overtakes Ragusa anyway. The gap is 5.3 seconds. But I don't give a beep It's all about the second place right now. Daniel Kiss behind him, already having a look there, trying to make Ragusa nervous. I don't think it will work. The gap between Sevely and Klopp 4 seconds. Klopp about 9/10 a lap quicker, so that is not over yet either. Oh, we're gonna have a great end to the race here probably. Maybe not for the lead, but hey, who cares? You know, still a good battle for second and fourth. I think it's cool. Right, here we go. Hoyer and Mashuli also battling, but obviously this is more important. Kiss having a brilliant exit there. Kiss can already take him into turn 2, I'm gonna tell you that. Having the slipstream advantage into gear 7, that's really where you pick up the slipstream. Going on the outside here, does Daniel Kiss with the soft tires, already outbreaks him. Bit of a mistake from Kiss though, goes off the track. Gonna have to try again. See, this is what Daniel Kiss, oh wow, whoa. Also almost spun on the exit there, clipped the curb. Big curb there. Okay. Ragusa definitely taking a first ref there. I'm gonna tell you that. Kiss as well, by the way. I don't think Daniel Kiss expected that. Off the line, there's just not a lot of grip. The racing line is the line where you want to be. Obviously a lot of rubber there being built up throughout this race, and then off the line there's just not a lot. Most importantly though, I think Daniel Kiss braked a bit too late there. I think he realized that himself too. Nicely kept it though, but this is what Rens Klopp can do, you know. He still has like 5 laps. Quite short laps, it's like 6 minutes and then it's gone. Nonetheless, Daniel Kiss has to try again. Has he DRS? I think he will have DRS. That's gonna help him. 3 seconds the gap between Sevely and Klopp. Klopp lost lap, 3/10 quicker, so Sevely responding. Interested to see that Sevely is able to respond. Sevely is actually doing similar pace to the leader, Godek, so Sevely, amazing race by him. Definitely receives a bow from me. A battle here for second, Ragusa and Kiss. Or as well battling with Eros Mashuli. Or on the inside of turn 3, Mashuli tried to go around the outside. Hoyer on the soft tire. Oh, very close to making contact there. Hoyer getting past though. Mashuli, can he get back? Don't think so. Nope. Mashuli down to 8th place. Big shame to see Mashuli dropping back this far, by the way. I really would like to talk to this guy right now. Obviously he's racing, so I won't bother him and I won't talk to him. But I really want to know what went wrong and where it went wrong in his opinion. Because maybe I missed something, maybe he hit the pit entry wall, I don't know, maybe he has some kind of damage. I don't know, suspension damage is what I'm talking about. Anyway, shame to see that. Sevely in 4th. That is, I think, settled. Klopp, 7/10 quicker last lap. Klopp hasn't been consistent at all during this race, I think. And Daniel Kiss again. Oh, has the better exit on the soft tire. Oh, this could be close. Is Daniel Kiss going to do it? No, not yet. Ragusa also smart there. You saw that? Going more on the in the middle of the track. Turn into the corner a little bit earlier. Obviously the exit gets compromised. But just making sure that Daniel Kiss doesn't get through. And this is going to open up right now, guys. This battle is going to open up. It's going to heat up more and more. Obviously Daniel Kiss is on the soft tire. They will wear quicker than the medium, but I don't think that will be a problem at all for Daniel Kiss at the moment. Right, lap 55, I think, out of 57. Daniel Kiss here. Needs to put the power down on the exit of turn 1. Does so quite nicely. A few tenths back. Can't do it here. Can't do it into turn 2. Definitely not. Way too far back. But then you need to focus here on the exit. Brakes so much later than Ragusa as well. Yeah, Daniel Kiss, so much more grip available to him. Look at that. A little bit of dancing from Daniel Kiss as well. Going to the inside, that's Ragusa. Oh, Ragusa, don't change your mind too many times. Kiss going on the outside. Is he going to do that? He has the grip though, so... You know, I said it's not the nature of the corner, but Daniel Kiss obviously has so much more grip available to him right now. Compared to Ragusa, Kiss going too deep into there. Missing the apex completely. Ragusa again taking a breath of fresh air. Wow, this is quite intense here. Mashuli also under pressure by Ace the back right now. That is for P8, but P3 more important right now. Daniel Kiss in P3 going a bit wide on the exit there. He knows he's running out of time right now, Daniel Kiss. I think this is the penultimate lap. Daniel Kiss knows he's running out of time. Ooh, cuts the inside of the of turn 1 right now too. Becoming maybe a little bit desperate. What I should say to Daniel Kiss. Obviously, I am not Daniel Kiss, but you know it's best to keep your head cool. You have so much more traction really out of this second corner. Not really that time though. Ragusa very nicely on the power there. Daniel Kiss too far back. The Rens Klopp on the back of Sadler too for P4. Oh boy. How's it going with P9? Heesbeek attacking Marshuli. Too far back though. Does Marshuli have DRS on Hoyer? That's the question. If he has... No, he hasn't. Heesbeek might be getting him here. Into turn 2. What's going on at front? Nothing. Okay. Marshuli then. Defending from Heesbeek. Heesbeek having a look. Too far back. Okay, back to the front. Great battles here. It's just switching all the way. Or all the time rather, between these guys. Ragusa second. Godek in traffic. Obviously it's lap traffic. Godek even having DRS on the lap traffic. Is lap traffic going to be a roll? Final lap of the race by the way for Godek. This is the final lap. Daniel Kiss. Too far back I think. I think Daniel Kiss's tires might have given up. I don't know. Dirty air. Could also be the case. A lot of factors could be decisive here. Heesbeek behind Marshuli. Klopp behind Sadler. Giuseppe Ragusa. Kiss tried it. Kiss is gone. Kiss is spoiled itself there, I think. Brake too late, or Ragusa braked early. Whatever. I think Daniel Kiss didn't expect Ragusa to brake that early. And now on the last though, Rens Klopp on the outside of Sadler and they make contact. I think contact made there a bit. Rens Klopp better traction. He's gonna have to do it around the outside here. No way, Rens Klopp. No, indeed, no way. Goes for a bit of a cutback here, by the way. It's quite interesting to see that through that corner. But it's not possible because of the dirty air. Daniel Kiss has to settle for third place. Probably didn't expect that Ragusa would slow down that much. Mario Godek though coming around the final corner is going to take his first victory of the season. And he's going to be happy with that. This is one of those races, as I said before, where you look back at it and say this was an important one. Ragusa in second. Daniel Kiss then in third. Maybe disappointed with himself. Sadler 4 with a different strategy. Nice job by him. Rens Klopp 5th. Prieto in 6th, sorry. Hoyer in 7th. Different strategy as well. Started on the medium tire. Quite nice drive from him. Martin Hodes in 8th. Marshuli in 9th. In the end, quite a way ahead of Heesbeek. Heesbeek running out of fuel or something? What's Heesbeek doing? Slowing down massively. Out of fuel? Out of fuel? Heesbeek out of fuel? Oh, he makes it. He makes it just about. Oh. It wasn't that far between Francisconi and Heesbeek. Incredible. Vagiarvi in 13th. Alessio Campos in 16th. I don't know what Campos has done, but I think it hasn't been practicing. 2 laps down on the leader. It's Alessio Campos. He's the final one to cross the line and round out our 16 car grid. Which finished this race. And Godek takes it. Sorry, congratulating Mario Godek right there. It's obviously a solo commentary right now, so sometimes there are some silences. I apologize about that. So Godek taking the victory here for Go Speed Racing. The first Go Speed victory of the season in ACE, after obviously Daniel Kiss has been really dominant and after Rens Klopp also took a victory. Mario Godek right now in first place. We said it last race, James and myself in Canada. You know, Marek has the pace, he has it, but he needs the consistency. Today he showed that he probably improved on that, and if he can keep this momentum going right now, he will be another big factor probably for the next race, which probably will be at Hockenheim, I think, if I am correct, in 2 weeks' time. Giuseppe Ragusa, great performance by him. Probably had the edge over Godek here and there, but Godek this race I think had the consistency. Fantastic race here. Ragusa second, well deserved, eh? Well deserved for Ragusa. Also important for him. And Daniel Kiss then in third. May not be happy that he couldn't pass Ragusa. In that second turn, he just locked up. It was more or less an avoiding action, I think, to Ragusa. Probably didn't expect Ragusa to break that early, but to be fair, Ragusa braked early probably to get better on the exit of the second corner, because that's not the DRS zone, and then keep Kiss behind, straighten up the car a bit earlier. Daniel Kiss just probably didn't expect that, or brake too late himself too. I didn't really have a proper look at it. Sevely in fourth with a one-stop strategy. Nice to see that he is in fourth, only 7 seconds back with the one-stop strategy. He was held up quite a bit in traffic. Resklop fifth. Half a second behind Sevely, not a lot at all. Twister going for a different strategy though, with that medium tire in the middle stint. Prieto is 6th, or is 7th, who just said that Godek messed his race up. I just said it, I translated it to some nice English, because he didn't really say that. He said, or he used another word. Martin Hodes in 8th. Also a decent performance by him, I guess. Marshuli in 9th, all the way in 9th place. It's a shame to see this happening. I do hope that Marshuli keeps his chin up and will be back for the next race. Strong. Ace de Beek picks up the top 10, or the last point here in the top 10. Then Francesconi in 11th, George is in 12th, Timo Vargyarvi 13th, who climbed a lot of places also because of the retirements. Fabrizio Gobbi in 14th, Riera in 15th, Campus in 16th, and then all the retirements. So Lepala, Alberts, Diop, Reyes, De Jong, and Partington. Nonetheless, I think that is pretty much it for this race. So, Maro Godek the winner then, for Go Speed Racing with Ragusa behind him, and Daniel Kiss for Twister. Daniel Kiss obviously still leading this championship, going into Germany in 2 weeks' time. For now, I would like to say goodbye and a quick thank you to Sam Jones, our cameraman, and obviously also a quick thank you to James Sadler, who unfortunately had some issues with his connection. I still want to say thank you to James for being there while he was there, and again a thank you to Sam Jones. I hope to see you in 2 weeks' time with the Ace race. Tomorrow we have the Pro races and World Championship races as always. Big thank you to the sponsor Thrustmaster as well. And I think that is pretty much it. I want to thank everyone for watching, and see you in 2 weeks' time or tomorrow.